Thanks for staying with us. It's common knowledge that the state of our insecurity in Nigeria is alarming. When it gets to the presidency, it's a whole nother conversation. Yesterday, our president's convoy, his advance team onwards to Katsina, were attacked, and they lost lives, and many were injured. Thankfully, they were able to repel the attackers, but still, the fact that they were attacked in the first place raises a whole other conversation on if indeed we are on top of our security apparatus in our country. What are your thoughts on this convoy that was attacked, and how does it make you feel as a Nigerian? What do you make of the fact that our president keeps saying, our presidency keeps telling us that they have it under control? You can call us on 081-270-53687, 09139076948. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweets. We're all here when they attacked the governor's convoy sometime early this year, even last year, and we're all in shock that a whole governor. Now, a whole president, thank God he wasn't there.
It was the advanced team.
It was the advanced team. Now, if they had the effrontery to shoot at a presidency's advanced team, is the president safe himself? And do you think they are taking this thing as serious, this issue of insecurity, as seriously as they should? Or maybe this would be a reason for them to take it even more serious than they have taken it in the past.
You know, this is like when you bring in a dangerous animal from the wild and you want to keep it and domesticate it. And you pet it, you feed it, you smile, it looks at you, it smiles back. In your mind, I'm taming this one. The day that dangerous animal rises up, it will eat not just you, but everything that surrounds you. This is the case of Nigeria right now when it comes to insecurity. I am worried because it seems like these people are getting bolder and bolder by the day. There is no form of fear. Before, with criminality, you do it with, you know, there's this fear, like, let's hide, let's do a little, let's step back, Now, they keep encroaching and encroaching and encroaching. And if someone as powerful as the president or his convoy is not safe, then I wonder who is safe in the country. And this should be an eye-opener for our security chiefs to see that, the days these people will come, your security guards may not be able to save you and do what needs to be done. So that instead of relaxing and feeling, we're having conversations, you're petting this, you kid gloves, let's not, they are Nigerians too, let's not take them away. You stand your ground and do the needful, because it will come to a time where you may not even be able to curtail it. They say when trouble is squatting, it's easy to push it down than when trouble stands up. If it stands up, it stands toe-to-toe with you. It will be more difficult. That's where Nigeria is gradually getting to, where trouble is facing us like the same height, 6 feet, 6 feet. We're looking at each other. It's becoming more difficult. If the governors need to call for, some governors are already saying we may need to go the way of being able to defend ourselves. But I don't want it to just be talk shop. What moves are they making?
They can't tell us so. Because the one they're on social media.
Get to hear.
Let me come to you, Nima. What are your thoughts on this when you heard this story? Did your heart skip like many Nigerians?
Of course it did.
Well, no.
Of course it did. I was scared that, the president could have been in that convoy. And we would have risked having our president killed. And it would be safe, like I said during the newspaper review now, to admit where this has gotten to, and that, we have not done as much as people say they want us to do. We can safely admit it, as the federal government can safely admit that really we've not really done as much. You see this denial, this politicking on this issue, and all of those things are not necessary. Shame no they catch you. If you know your faults, admit it, and then you find a way to solve it. Come out and say, okay, I am helpless as a government. If it is help you want to go and look for outside, if it is to call yourself to order, your security chiefs, if you need to take them out. I don't know. We used to have
them. Remember, they changed.
They changed them, but we still have. In fact, these bandits, as BC said, they're not squat again. They don't be on top of house. They're already on top of you. So we must be safe to admit it. Just talk through.
Yeah.
This thing
I would like to
is
hear from the
beyond-
Minister of Information
Yes.
at this moment. Like, what exactly?
But what would you hear?
Well,
When it comes out,
I had
you
those
know,
those that's
just as they reported in the Vanguard this morning, the convoy of the president, the presidency celebrates the gallantry of his, you know, his security
You
team.
admit
Only 2 persons were injured. Nobody was killed. And then they separated it and said the ACP was killed in a separate attack. Somebody was killed. An attack happened. As in, there's no difference between when the president is passing through anymore.
Yeah.
So since we don't know, say no be poor man against, let's admit we need help and do something drastic.
When you look at countries like Qatar or San Marino that don't have forests, these are countries that don't have forests. Can we take a cue that can't we just blow up our forests? I mean, if the issue is that is where they are, because there are countries that don't have forests and they're still growing economically. So maybe we should just take a decision that let us blow up all the forests across the country because that's where they hide.
Kebbi State's governor was attacked. This happened in March this year. The gunmen attacked the deputy governor in Kebbi State's convoy. At least 16 soldiers were injured in that attack. Some were killed. There were hoodlums attacked the Lagos State governor's convoy, January 2022. Borno State convoy, Governor Babagana Zulum was attacked October 2021. It's in 2020, they attacked another governor. Like, Autumn was attacked in 2020. There are several, they've attacked governors. They've attacked the regular Nigerians. They've attacked church. They've attacked mosque. They've attacked business owners. They've attacked VIPs. They've attacked House of Representatives.
Somebody's house. Somebody's house they attacked.
Yeah.
They've attacked governors.
Yes.
Now,
They've attacked houses of assembly.
they've attacked House of Assembly. Now they've attacked the president.
So
you know, like,
that's it.
let's just pack up.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel that there is no denying the insecurity challenges we're facing in this country. And there's no denying the fact that these people are confident enough to feel like we are in charge. We can go anywhere and anything can happen. But the worrisome part is, if you read the comments of people online, people were actually happy it happens to they wish the president was there. Some people were commenting they wish the president was there. For me, I'm like, Andre, like people have liver. Even if you're thinking, should you type it? But it shows how disenchanted people have come to see our leaders, that this leadership, it's good it happened to the president. So I wish president was even there so that I can understand what we are going through, how insecure we feel in the country. And that is something that should worry any leader. It's like your children telling you that we don't send. Mommy, I wish you were the one involved in the accident. Maybe that way you understand how we are feeling in this house. Maybe you should have been the one to eat the poison. Our leaders need to understand how difficult it is for the average Nigerian to live. The trauma of every day fearing that you might be the next person attacked or you might be the next statistics. And empathize and carry out actions to show that they really are concerned. Because until their actions show, people will just feel like another person has gotten attacked again.
Let me go on a break because there are two conversations. The insecurity and then people's reactions to this, what happened to the president. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks. Now we'd like to open our phone lines to hear Nigerians' views on the attack on our president's convoy. 081-076-416-729. That's the number to call. And you can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. All right, so Tokwe mentioned an angle which I thought is also important, the fact that people's responses to these, and it goes back to the vitriol we hear from the streets of Twitter, streets of social media, even on the campaign, the various groups now. There's Batified, there is Obedient, there's Articulated, and everybody's street they're all attacking each other, and these are the same people that are saying these things about our president. They wish it was him. So are there more lessons to learn here? Because the people that you're pretending over, the people that you're president over, are already angry. There's so much anger in the land. Now, my question is the anger just on the streets of social media, or is it really on the streets of Nigeria? Because politicians always feel as if the ones on social media, they are different from the guys on the streets. But it looks like the guys on the streets are equally different. They're equally angry.
Everybody's angry, and I will not blame them. I just wish that as we express the anger, that the people who are supposed to listen and make amends are taking us as serious. It seems like it's not today we started expressing anger. It's not today Nigerians will say, if it touches you, we not go agree or we not go agree. If it touches you, it has to touch you for you to feel it. You have to do this for you to feel it. It's not today. But it seems like, well, they are in another world. We're in a different world. We do what needs to be done. We do what we think we can do. We do what is within our capacity to do, and that's all we can do. But Nigerians are demanding more. We need more accountability, especially with the issues of insecurity. We've been talking about the fact that the federal security agencies are not enough. We don't have enough manpower. We don't have enough equipment. Monies that have been earmarked to buy our equipment, what's it called? Yes, have been eaten, stolen until today. Nobody has been held to pay for it. We don't have all of that. And we still hear condolences here and there tomorrow. So Nigerians are really angry, and I would not blame them.
Let me take this call from Joseph Okukwe. Good morning, Joseph. Are you there?
Yes, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
I want to thank all of you there at the studio. Man, this is my first time of calling you.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
I have been a regular listener to your program. And I know God is going to bless you so much.
Amen.
And bless you and promote you more and more.
Amen.
You see, this topic you brought in this morning is so challenging.
Go ahead.
So challenging to the level that it is touching humanity down to the soul. The insecurity in our country is something, it has gone to a bad level that even the average housewife, the market woman, the students in the schools are not comfortable any longer. Nobody is really feeling secure. One wonders what is happening. Well, I'll just be very short because it's so annoying the way things are. In my personal opinion, I am convinced that both the president and the people who are at the helm of things know what is happening. They are just playing us games. I'm talking from my own view. I'm not talking from anybody's view. This is my personal view. I believe that Mr. President knows what is happening. I believe that the security chiefs know what is happening. I believe the head of affairs in this country, they know what is happening. And they are waiting for people to die. And when people die, they will now come and say they are condemning it through the television, condemning it through the radio, condemning it through the political forums.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph. So I have a message from Mr. Adebayo from Ojodu. He says that what happened to the Presidency Advance Convoy is sincerely just a message to the Presidency that if they want to attack him, they can.
Yeah.
And this could happen to the Presidency Convoy. It can happen to any one of our governors or political leaders. You see, I would like to link this to what those who were captured by these bandits and came out. Many of them said that, listen, they're angry with our president, that he made promises to them. If you recall, was it, I can't remember who it was. Was it Reverend or Prelate that was saying that they are particularly angry with our president because he made a promise to them. Now, I don't know how he made the promise to them. During the election period, there's a school of thought that these guys were brought in during that period for elections, and then they were supposed to take care of them, give them social amenities, provide for them, and they were abandoned. That's a different school of thought.
Yeah.
You know, and because they've been abandoned, they've now totally sipped through our systems, our networks, and tried to, and now build little structures in various communities and attacking our people. And they are arguing. So that's another school of thought. So if these guys can attack our presidency, they are sending a strong message to President Buhari that you are also not safe.
So there used to be negotiations with bandits. Some governors, I think,
El-Rufai, yes.
El-Rufai negotiated up until he stopped and said he wasn't going to continue because it was an unending, circle. And now the presidency, so they know that they have some form of arrangement with these people. It's not because I'm the president. No, I don't negotiate. They had some promises they made to these bandits. And it took them a while to give them the name that they deserved, the terrorists. They had to say, they had to conform with certain rules and went to court. So if you were going to court to declare a group of people fit to be to defend your people against them. It means that, you know, you can find them. And the governor of Katsina State, El-Rufai, said over and over again that we know where they are. We know where to find them. We know how they operate, you know, because, of course, they have a face to them. That's the point. They have a face to them, and they owe them whatever they owe them. Now, the issue for me is, why is there some form of sympathy towards them? Because at this stage, what they have taken is beyond replaceable. You have had your citizens killed over and over. You have had your citizens attacked. It's safe to say we are no longer all safe, because people that, you know, are in decision-making places or authorities, they will tell you if they want to travel. They will tell you that they have to calculate it. In the olden days, if they tell your father they're sick for village, you enter bus. Immediately. You are going home. Now you will say, give me some days. In fact, you consult spiritual leaders. I'm telling you. They know. So if we have to live on the edge like that, we know we have a serious issue on our hands. Let me take this call from Henry. And if we are failed, we should...
Good morning, Henry. Are you there? Hello, good morning, Henry. Are you there? I can't reach. You see, so I worry about these bandits. They feed. I mean, I don't know who can go hungry for months. Someone is feeding them. The ammunition they use, somebody is supplying. The bullets, somebody has to replace the bullets. So they get it. Somebody knows something.
So there are even different factions. They are the ones that you would call kidnappers, who do it as a business. So they kidnap, they get the ransom, and then they release if the person is lucky, or they kill. It depends. There are those ones who are full-blown terrorists. They are not after the money. They just want to pass a message to the country, like you just mentioned, that you promised us certain things and we're not getting it, so we're upset. So there are two factions like that. And, you know, we've been talking, the governors have been talking, we need to do community policing, we need to do community. What will it take them to insist that this is what we're having? What will it take the National Assembly to insist that with the new conversations we're having, with the new reality we're facing?
They've called them they've called the chief of army staff. They've demanded, they've given them funds.
They're not ready.
That's not the solution. And they know it's not the solution. And I've said it several times that our National Assembly are more powerful than they behave. The way they feel they are powerful. They don't carry that authority, that check that they should carry. They can veto the president. The National Assembly can say that in the interest of the nation, regardless of the executive, we are going to do this. And explain to the people, and explain to the president that we must insist on this change to the law.
They have an impeachment option, which they have chosen to take.
They are more powerful than they use their power. And
let's go on a break. This is an important point.
So sad.
Let's take a quick. When we come back, we'll take a more phone call. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're still discussing this issue of insecurity, and I have Mr. Ola from Lugbe in Abuja. Good morning, Ola. Are you there? Hello, Ola. Hello. I think we're having some phone line issues. So we're discussing also the options available, because we're saying that, listen, when things get to this point, the reason why we have a lawmaking body is to check and say, you know, if you cannot do the job, maybe it's time for you to be replaced. But why do our National Assembly and lawmakers feel so powerless? And
the reason we have so many of them is so that they can argue each other out. But in this case, it is... I listened to someone speaking, one of the presidential candidates. The person was saying that he doesn't understand it. What are Nigerians complaining about on Twitter? Is bread cheaper in Kaduna than it is in Lagos? Actually, in the north, the fuel is more expensive over there. They've had crisis in Abuja for queues for fuel more than Lagos. So nobody should try and be... Let the conversation be sincere. Everybody in the National Assembly understands what Nigerian is going through. We heard a very sad story of one of our makeup artists getting attacked in a house. One of my salons, they attacked with the burglary door, they broke the door. We're talking more cases of robbery. We're talking kidnapping across the country. We're talking banditry. We're talking terrorism. Some people are sitting down and thinking that the situation is not tough enough for us to start thinking a different way. And thinking that it is by talking to the chief of staff that we can solve the problem. It's not by talking to them anymore. They've done the best they can with what they have. Change of strategy. It is time to change strategy. What is the new strategy we are going to do? Most of the governors that are feeling it are saying, give us state police. Let us try that approach. They have created behind the scene their own form of ways of creating state police. There's Amotekun, there is the East is doing their own. States had attack, and the assembly said, let us strengthen the vigilante. They did not say, let's call police. They did not say that because the policeman that was there was shot. The family of that policeman thrown into mourning. So we have lost many police officers. A VIP carry police officer is a flag for you are important. We are going to kidnap you. Right now, if you travel into the East, don't carry police because the police is they are the ones that will, the presence of the police in your vehicle is a risk to your own life because they feel you are important, you are rich. That's why you can afford to have a police car.
Yes,
now we're dealing with.
When we leave things unattended.
Exactly.
This is not just about this administration. It's a failure of the military era into the past civilian administration up to today. When you leave things unattended, what you breed is anger, animosity, insurgency eventually. I was analyzing the situation of a robbery that happened when a neighbor's car got stuck within the tankers. I usually would lift him in the morning, so he keeps me coming and we're going to work. And they said, just yesterday, Musa Ireni, I ran and left my car for the robbers. I could only take my phone.
Wow.
Because when they come in opposite the Ojo barracks, they just come in like that. So the cars stuck in between the tankers, and they come with a gun. And I said, so he said, I went to command. When we were in school back then, in the 90s,
you cannot stand around.
We were in secondary school. Some of the soldiers who died in Liberia, their families were unattended. And if he left his pistol in the house, and a child angry with Nigeria for not helping their widow mother or sending them to school, what do we get?
Become the next robber.
Because I said to him, I remember back then, it was just like rumor that, the boys grew up and they said cultism then started in secondary school at the time. We must continue a system where the welfare of the people is extremely important. And now when you now get to this stage, now you negotiate with bandits, you still fail at that stage again. You don't put your money where your mouth is. You don't follow through your commitments. You leave people unattended. The person now thinks they should help themselves. The other day after the show when we talked about, licensing people to carry guns, and I said no, I got a message from someone who said, Nigeria was the safest place before the Civil War. What happened post-Civil War was that people had guns and they had agitations. And so armed robbery became the order of the day across the country. We cannot continue to say, let people have guns when we know that post it, we might not have a plan.
Okay, let me take this call from Tunde. Tunde is calling from Offa. Good morning, Tunde. Are you there? Good morning, Tunde. Are you there?
Something is going wrong.
Banditry and terrorism has gone beyond criminality. When it starts happening over and over and over, it's a declaration of war. And every government that is serious-minded will take it as war. It's like sitting down in your house and people are encroaching with their arms and ammunition, and you are sitting down and saying, let's have a conversation. The time has passed to have those sort of conversations. What we need now are action plans. What we need now are a government that will look and say, this is the step we're going to take. Whether the presidency likes it or not, we are following through this. And even get international organizations to back them off if need be. This is war, full-blown war. And we've sat here over and over, we read in the newspapers, we hear people talk about it, conspiracy theories that one of the reasons we're not seeing the push that the National Assembly should have is because some of them are not just sympathetic to the plight of these terrorists, but they are part of it. People have accused them that, today I'm still waiting for these governors to name names. They say they will name names in so and so weeks, in so and so months. We'll call the names of these politicians that are sponsoring. Till today, we have not gotten those names. So it just seems like nobody wants to say anything for fear. Nobody wants to say anything so that they no longer push them away from where they're supposed to be benefiting. Everybody's putting their interests forward. And that's why Nigerians are saying, if it touches you, you will understand the plight of the people.
Why is our governor of Ondo State saying this? We're going to have to get arms because somehow these bandits are getting arms. So if they can get arms, we also can get arms because they are, so maybe not arm the citizens, but they've got to arm either Amotekun, they got to arm the local vigilantes. Somebody has to be armed to protect the citizens within the local communities. Now, going back to the issue of local government, the effectiveness of local government. So within Katsina, Daura, there are local governments. What are they doing also? I think within in Lagos, we have this neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
At least they observe what's good. They have an idea what time they came in, where they are. But in Katsina, in other states, do they have things where we have people monitoring? I know the land is really huge and vast. It's hard for you to, within towns, it's like long kilometers. But what are the local governments doing? I know they're not even empowered. Sometimes state government is not empowered to secure. It's the local government. So it's like, we really need a total 360 change.
Yeah, so like I said, change of strategy. When we talk about local governments being able to see what they can do, maybe even within Lagos State, we're still saying our local government needs to be more effective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then we're talking about a place where the land mass is like times 3, times 4 of Lagos State, and people are spread far apart. Then, who are the vigilantes? The vigilantes are hungry, average Nigerians who think about it. I cannot come and die. And the person telling me to protect the community, what have they done for me? So I'm protecting my people, I'm taking ownership. And if the terrorists are more powerful than me, and I can see they're more powerful, it happens here. The police see armed robbers that carry big guns. They run away.
Absolutely.
They run. So what is this? How are we building that sense of loyalty?
We keep saying it's activity. When the burning happened.
When the burning happened, the police ran.
They sent us, I think, was it 2 or 3 trucks of police? So when we entered Resume TV, that we thought,
we were feeling safe.
The moment those boys came in, the police took off.
So, and we see it happen. The security men at the gate are watching you. They will open your boot and check everything. When the air gun shot, everybody would run. So we need to go back into... There's something a conversation I've had before. I said we need to start appreciating people. And that's why I'm always, even as much as I'm angry with the police officers sometimes, I would always appreciate them. I would always come on the show and extol them because I know the sacrifices they are making. We as a society need to start appreciating these little jobs because we cannot exist without them.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we're going to bring in our guest, who is a presidential candidate. Maybe he might have the solutions that we're looking for. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.